Imagine walking into a military cafeteria where tough soldiers laugh, joke, and brag louder than the clatter of trays. But suddenly everything falls silent, like someone pressed pause on reality. That moment, that freeze, is what you're about to witness. So before we begin, tap like and subscribe to Kindness Tales because this story deserves to be heard. It all started on a rainy Thursday afternoon at Naval Station, Norfolk, when a young woman named Emily stepped into the base cafeteria carrying a simple canvas bag and a tired but gentle smile. The kind of smile that didn't ask for attention but somehow softened the air around her. She wore no uniform, no badges, no stripes, just a plain blue sweater and jeans. Most people assumed she was a civilian visiting family, maybe a lost college kid, maybe someone delivering paperwork. But what no one knew was that she had just returned after years away, carrying a past stitched with courage and pain, a past almost no one here remembered. At the far table sat a group of Navy SEALs, loud and relaxed after drills. Their leader, Petty Officer Jack Carson, tall, built like he was carved out of iron, with a grin as sharp as his jawline, noticed Emily searching for an empty seat. He nudged his team and joked, "Hey, we've got a visitor. Maybe she outranks all of us and we don't even know it." The SEALs laughed, not cruelly, just playfully, assuming she'd laugh too and walk away. Emily simply nodded politely and moved toward the back corner. Jack wasn't a bad man, just the kind who filled silence with jokes, so he called out again, louder this time, with a mischievous smirk. "Hey, what's your rank, ma'am? You look important." The cafeteria chuckled, expecting a shy giggle or a flustered shrug. Instead, Emily stopped walking. She didn't turn around right away. She just inhaled deeply, like she was summoning the strength she'd been hiding for years. When she finally turned, her eyes were calm, but carried a weight that made the room instinctively quieter. "Retired Lieutenant Commander," she said softly but clearly. The cafeteria froze for half a second, then erupted with murmurs. A retired officer, this young woman? Jack blinked rapidly, unsure if she was serious or mocking him back. "Wait, Lieutenant Commander? You?" he stuttered, half smiling in disbelief. Emily nodded again, but this time added, "Navy Medical Corps, Unit 14, Afghanistan Deployment, 2015. The temperature in the room seemed to drop. The year 2015 was etched into the memories of many. It was the year of one of the deadliest ambushes on a medical convoy. The event every service member heard about, the one where nearly everyone was lost except a single combat medic who refused to leave her wounded behind. The story said she treated 11 injured soldiers under fire for hours, shielded them with her own body, crawled through shattered glass, kept pressure on wounds using her own clothing, and dragged 2 men across a burning ditch while bullets ripped through the sand around her. That medic was awarded multiple commendations, then disappeared from the public eye entirely. Jack's grin faded. "What's your name?" he asked, voice no longer teasing but steady, reverent. Emily hesitated before answering, "Emily Grace Larson." The sound of trays dropping, forks clinking, and whispers spreading rippled across the cafeteria. "Emily Larson, the Emily Larson, a legend whispered about in training courses, the medic who never gave interviews, the survivor of Operation Silver Ridge, the woman who saved more men in one night than some teams saved in a year." Jack stood up slowly, the joking attitude evaporated. He walked toward her, eyes wide with a mix of respect and regret. His team followed behind him like shadows unsure of their place. When he reached her, he didn't speak at first. He simply straightened his posture and saluted with full military precision. The cafeteria fell completely silent. No footsteps, no chatter, nothing but the hum of fluorescent lights. Emily blinked, stunned, her breath catching in her throat. She hadn't been saluted in years. She had left the service quietly, battling her own memories, believing no one remembered that her sacrifices had dissolved into dusty files and archived reports. But here he was, a SEAL, a man known for confidence bordering arrogance, saluting her with a sincerity that made her chest tighten. Slowly she returned the salute, though her hand trembled slightly. Jack lowered his hand only to say, "Ma'am, it is an honor." Emily swallowed hard. "I'm no hero," she whispered, but Jack shook his head firmly. "Respectfully, ma'am, that's not your decision to make." His teammates nodded, some with glossy eyes, some too overwhelmed to speak. Word traveled quickly, people from other tables stood, all turning toward the woman who thought she'd been forgotten. Emily's eyes filled as she looked at all of them, faces young and old, seasoned and new, all offering the recognition she never expected. "I just did what anyone would do," she murmured. "No, ma'am," Jack replied. "You did what almost no one could." She tried to smile, but it came out shaky. For the first time in years, she felt the weight inside her shift, not disappearing but becoming lighter, shared. A cafeteria full of soldiers honoring her silently, respectfully, gratefully. Emily sat down with Jack's team as they insisted she join them. They didn't bombard her with questions, they simply talked to her like an equal, like someone who belonged. And for the first time since the darkest night of her life, she felt seen, truly seen. So if you felt that moment freeze your heart too, hit like and subscribe to Kindness Tales, because stories like this remind us that kindness, respect, and recognition can change someone's world in seconds.